I wanted to see my reflection. I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one. One girl. The fairy tale was over, the witch was dead, and I'd be restored to my rightful place.
That's why she went over to Hannah's place after the death of her mother.
Yeah, and that makes me think that it was Eve's idea to stop being the same person and share the same, like, boyfriends, etc., etc. And that worked for 10 years. And Hannah realised that she didn't want that in the end, because she hadn't been looking at it from Eve's point of view. Like, she'd had a good childhood. She didn't understand what Eve had gone through. Does that make sense?
Still makes you wonder why Hannah ever agreed to that.
Yeah.
Maybe because girls like fairy tales, and this is so exciting. I have somebody who looks like me in my attic. And it was useful to have her around. She could go and talk to the boys that Hannah was too shy to talk to.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing new on the midwife. What about Mother? She has mentioned her mother. She has apparently fully accepted Florence as her mother.
There we go. But this isn't Eve's mother, because both of these... Well, one of them is Hannah. Or we think is Hannah. Yeah, no. One of them is definitely Hannah, no tattoo. And the red blouse is Eve pretending to be Hannah. So they're going to be talking about Hannah's mother here.
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's sad. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
Why are you saying this to the... Like, you're It's like the worst answer to give to a psych profiling is your actual life story.
As long as they don't know that you are not who you pretend to be, then why would they figure it out?
Alright, okay. Next mother clip.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
Didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
Yeah, Hannah and Eve.
Yeah. Also, on a side note, Ava is a name that is fairly common now in babies. It's coming back around. In the UK, anyway. Just thought I'd add that in. How about Sarah?
Oh, same.
Yeah.
We've checked mother, we haven't checked father, though. Oh, okay.
Because she mentions father a lot. Like, my father was after the death caps and stuff.
Yeah, the mushroom expert.
Oh, there we go.
No. The whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
So whoever put Simon there, did he put him there because Simon was no longer needed?
I don't know. That one was a difficult one because it was an ambiguous sort of comment, I think. Can we just have a look at the data clips again? So on the desktop.
Oh, here.
No. On the desktop, on the actual desktop of the screen. There's database checker. Whoa, we've filled in a lot of gaps with that white blouse.
Yeah.
Also, we've uncovered the last clip. I thought there was another date that we didn't have.
It doesn't have to be that she confesses in the very last clip. Since you mentioned date, this might be about the dates with Simon or something.
Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people had been there through my things. It's like I'd been burgled. Only worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't looked in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So...
This is mostly businesslike. I can't believe that she's kind of in there emotionally, but it's mostly, yeah, well, these things have happened, and what do you expect me to say now?
Yes, it was a cremation for the best. We both wore black and had veils, so it was easy. And after the funeral, everyone came back to the house. Hannah served up sandwiches, and I stayed out of sight.
So nobody, up to this day, or at least up to this interview, nobody still knew that it's two people, two women. But maybe we can get more details on the crime scene. No?
Did we ever...
It happened very quickly.
Yeah?
I know we're backtracking. Actually, no, let's watch this first, then I'll...
Okay.
say.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, That was my touch to make sure the alibi stuck.
Definitely gonna keep this.
Yeah, I want to watch that again.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck.
So
Did they... Yeah?
they killed Simon together then?
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. Who's she? Is that a lover of Simon's, or is that Hannah? They said they made sure her clothes disappeared.
What was the barmaid's name?
Helen.
Helen. I swear to God, if it was Helen that he was having the search affair. God damn it! I might have been right from the beginning.
An affair? Simon wasn't having an affair.
Yes, he was.
You're reaching here. And I don't know why. No, I've never cheated on anyone. I've never taken anything from anyone. Simon's dead. But I have my baby to care for. Why are you trying to make me sad? Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs? You cheated on your wife. Is this your thing?
They must have known that they were two women when she says she's pregnant. Hannah wasn't pregnant.
I have a baby to care for.
Next one.
Yeah.
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
So that was the alibi, because their plan was, and this is a really stupid plan. So Hannah's killed Simon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Eves came in to protect Hannah. She's then lied to the police about something or another, about where Hannah herself was. So Hannah's alibi is that Eve was in Glasgow because she was worried about her baby that Eve has inside her.
You mean they still pretend to be one person?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good alibi, that Hannah murders her husband and Eve pretends to be Hannah being somewhere else.
Yeah. Because Eve was somewhere else. So it's actually Hannah that's the murderer. It's not Eve, which is what we've thought all along. It's actually the other way around. Hannah's the murderer because she's found out that Simon was cheating.
Mm-hmm. But did we ever look for Helen?
Oh, no. Ah.
Looks like we
What about...
have seen everything.
Because in the last clip, we just had there was a section that said, like, something and affair. There was, like, 2 words that stood out. And it was something and affair. I can't remember what the first one was. That was it.
The first one was sex.
Why did I think about this the first time? God damn it. This is the first word that you ever look up in any dictionary. God damn it.
Let's see what she says about it.
Really? You're going to ask me about my sex life? I mean, isn't that private?
6 seconds. Doesn't really mean anything.
But I wonder why they asked her about it. Was there something suspicious about Simon? Did she maybe put up a honey trap for him or something, and then she killed him in bed?
I don't know.
Let's see more.
Are you married? How is your sex life?
That was ridiculous.
So, our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage.
So basically they're not getting any?
Who knows? Well, Eve is getting some, apparently.
I mean, I've not
No.
ever been married, so...
You're talking to the wrong person if you think I'm some kind of slut. If you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys.
Oh, she's getting blamed for what Eve is doing.
Yes! I bet they found eyewitness accounts that Eve is going around sleeping around and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Hannah's being blamed for it.
Yeah, it's hard to disprove.
No. I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think.
Yeah.
I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. It was stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
Your sister?
Yeah.
So I think she came up with, well, men don't really matter, but my sister does.
Yes. And... So there's definitely more to this. I think we've got all the basic prints here now. It's just a matter of putting it all together and finding those missing bits. How much are we missing now? So we've seen lots of clips. Yeah.
It's not quite half of it.
No. We've got all the end bits though. And we've definitely got the confession. Try searching Glasgow.
Yeah. Lots of Glasgow.
So I got in the car and I drove. And just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
Why did you just drive away? Let me just watch the
So I got in the
beginning
car
again.
and I drove. And just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far.
Oh, I got an idea. She must have an alibi for the time of the murder. The time of the murder was sometime between Friday evening and Saturday, most likely. And because he was already missing on Saturday, he didn't come to work. So after the argument, she must have, gotten into a car and driven.
But obviously she didn't really. This, like, Eve was separately in Glasgow. And this is Eve pretending to be Hannah.
Mm.
And this is the first time that they're mentioning this, that she's driven to Glasgow. This has just came out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously Hannah didn't drive to Glasgow. This is...
It must be Eve.
Yeah, well...
Also because of the baby thing.
I think Eve was always in Glasgow until Hannah phoned her and told her to come back and that she needed help because she's just murdered Simon.
Oh. Maybe the next clips will... No, they won't confirm it
No,
because
they won't.
It's Eve. Still. But still, yeah, where did Eve live all that time?
Yeah, I reckon
know.
she's living somewhere up in Glasgow.
Mm.
And maybe they still have contact with each other, like they still phone each other and stuff, but they don't... Like, they don't see each other all the time. So then Hannah's like said, Eve, I'm in trouble, and like Hannah always does, when she's in trouble, she goes to Eve, because she uses Eve, and Eve, because she loves Hannah, immediately comes and tries and helps.
Mm.
So she comes all the way down from Glasgow to wherever they are, and then presumably they're somewhere south because they've got southern accents in Britain, and they're living in Hannah's parents' house.
Mm.
So Eve comes down from Glasgow. They hide the body in the attic. The police, or Hannah, pretends to find the body. And then in that time they've came up with this alibi that it was actually Hannah that goes out to Glasgow. There's people in Glasgow that would recognise her and there would be eyewitness accounts that, yep, we saw Hannah in Glasgow. But it was actually Eve that they were seeing.
Mm.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I get it. I'm just feeling like there's still info missing, like...
Yeah.
How did she do it? How did she kill... Yeah, right, she cut his throat. Gotta check throat, too.
Yes.
And who this affair was. I still want to know who the affair was. Helen is the most likely one.
It's Helen! I guessed it right at the beginning. Either that or it's Florence.
I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back.
What does that even have to do with making sure your baby lives?
Well, nothing. But they've purposefully said she got a coffee so that they could establish an eyewitness account that she is in Glasgow at this time. So Eve actually got a coffee. So that's the only reason why they've said that, is because that's establishing their alibi, which is a lie.
That part is clear from the confession.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, it must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
It wasn't at that time, though. He didn't die at that time.
No, because they added the watch as an extra. Also, we need to search watch, because that's twice that's came up, and that was found on the body, and it's a piece of evidence.
And Diane. Because Diane is another person that he could have had an affair with.
Yes. Well, Diane was at Hannah and Simon's wedding, right?
I don't
Because-
remember, but yeah, she was mentioned before.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I'm thinking that is because they said that it was Simon's watch that was given to him by Diane as a wedding gift. I don't know. I might have misheard that last clip, actually.
Did they now?
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric.
Oh,
He
this
got it
year.
this year.
Oh, okay.
It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel.
Anniversary gift.
Yeah,
okay.
that was it. Okay. I knew it was something to do with the wedding. Okay, so it was from Eric. So where did Diane come into that clip?
The next thing she says is that it was picked by Diane.
Which is Eric's wife. So maybe the affair is with Diane.
Yeah, I was thinking that when I was
Yeah.
rewatching the footage, and at some point she said, "Yeah, and his wife Diane. Have you met her?" So why would you say it like that?
Yeah.
Unless to make us suspect that there's.
Damn
something
it!
with
It's
her.
not Helen or Florence.
Gotta find out whether Diane is a blonde. But then, oh right, wig. We still haven't checked out wig. Maybe they just pulled the hair from the wig.
Wait, we still haven't checked wig.
No, we haven't.
That's been around for ages. God damn it.
Diane and
No,
wig.
I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
What's the point of having an alibi when nobody sees you?
Well, I think her alibi is the coffee stop. That's why they purposefully mentioned that. But then...
Oh, so she said, "No, nobody else saw me."
Yeah. But then she's perfectly hinted, oh, a coffee shop. So then they would have gone to the coffee shop that she'd been to, and they would have said, yeah, we recognise her, yeah, she was in, she bought a coffee and whatever. And that's her alibi. Because all they do is show, like, a photo.
Yeah, the watch.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paint wet. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out.
Ah.
The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why she was worried about the baby. Also, the reason why she wouldn't have a driving license there is because Eve doesn't have an identity. So she wouldn't have a driving license.
Yeah, and I mean, it's obvious now, but in one of the clips we found earlier, Eve also said that she was always the one who is bad at driving, and Hannah is the one who's good at it. Although you can assume that she must have done it on purpose here.
Mm-hmm. Well, possibly not. I'm not so sure that Eve was involved until after. I'm not... Wait, chit-chat? What?
Oh. That's weird. I can't type anything other than no. Okay, that was weird.
We're close then, aren't we? We're so close to winning.
I'm trying to call him. Hey, you done? If I say yes, then what'll happen? I don't want this to end yet.
No, because we've still got like half the clips to go.
I actually can't type anything other than yes or no.
Okay. Maybe X out for a minute?
Okay, this is interesting.